Hello everyone, this is Valderan and this is not the twilight hour. It's No Man's Sky time, it's Sunday, and I'm loading in the normal game. No more expedition, no more survival until next Thursday, but very normal gameplay. And actually I did not check my... Okay, whatever was on the teaser on the website, it is correct. So that is where we are, and the game is loading. So these beautiful stars we are flying between is actually the load game screen, if you didn't know. I assume you actually do know, so yeah. And I am, as usually, on my freighter, and the first thing we normally do is actually look at what stop doing that. That looked dangerous. Actually look at the frigates and what they have returned with. So that is of course where we start. Every one of them should be back home. So let's actually start looking at them. I like to get things like storage augmentation from these because it's one mission less, and as some of you know, I have actually been collecting to simply fill up all my ships. So if I can do that, it is hooray. But let's see where we go. It might be too much missions in constantly going that way, but let's see. A little bit of things, but not the most exciting. So I have talked a lot about whether to make money or not, and I'm actually not going to talk much more about that because in the end of the day it's really up to you what you want to do with your game. If you want to be a greedy bastard like me, go ahead. If you don't want to, but want to sit in your own corner of the galaxy and have 2-3 bases and planets there, and that's your life now, you do that. So I actually promised that I would look into banks. I have not done so, I must admit. So I will soon, and hopefully can improve the channel a little bit in that direction as well. So everything that helps something makes it easier, better, and so on. We want to have it. And as you can see, I put a goal for followers. I need 50 followers. So If you're not a follower, it's absolutely fine, you don't have to. I will still respond to you in chat. I'm not one of those that goes down the route and say it's for followers only or anything like that. I'm not. If you want to follow me, you do it because you like what you see, you like what I do, but don't do it because you have to. It's absolutely free, and it's a free world. So, we need to send these babies out. There is 2 voyage, 1 combat patrol and 2 balanced. The problem is the balance is one of the longest ones, so well, 2 of them is, so if I take the 2, 3, that's enough. Then there's no trade, so I can take 1 trade and 1 support. Then that is gone. Then I would like to send this one off. Problem is they won't be back tomorrow when actually so 13, and I'm picking from what is the highest time span they go, because that actually weirdly enough matters. So because the longer it is, the more it will bring back. So if I have to not send one out, I would rather send not send one out which is a little bit closer and not gaining so much. So I'm out of fuel. So even if I send these out in the end of the stream, it should be fine and they should be back tomorrow. So one won't be back tomorrow when we start, but the others will. So that is fine. So I will clean up a little bit. Not that I per se have to, because the cooking, which is the next agenda, will be on the exosuit. So, however, it's always nice to just clean up before you do something new. So trading goes on the starship. That is always where they go. So now I have a little bit of a problem. Well, for some reason I'm getting filled up. Wonder why that happens. It's really weird. So this is what we leave it with for now. Then we go here and make sure that everything is as it should be. There is some... this is some of the stuff which came back from the frigate. Because I have these in my exosuit, it spills over here, but that is actually good. Then I can see I've gotten them, and I can put those in surplus on for sale, because I don't need that many. So now I need to, oh, that doesn't belong there, that should come down here. That one, well, I have many of them, but that's okay for now, I hope. So we go wrong way here. To the food. We take what we need and put in the exosuit. I'm going to make some quite expensive things today. Not sure how much of it I can make, but let's see. I know I can make certain things, so I kept the pie case and the lumpen donut from earlier. I also have some delicate meringue. I'm not going to use that today, I think. Again, that is one where I'm not 100% sure how far I go, but that is that's where we go in the first direction. So we're going to the food processor. Because we have, I think we need to move something over from that as well. So what we have, cake batter, extra floppy batter. That's not what we need. We have some of these. I'll take some hexaberry. Bone nuggets, not today. JP's not today. Cream. I'm leaving the meat. I can't remember if that can be used. Sweet butter, strawberry, churned butter, flour, yeast. I don't need the yeast today, but tangy cheese, cream. So we have a lot to do with here. So I'm going to make 2 bases batters, which is called wailing batter, and the other is called rolling batter. So that's the 2 base ones. The wailing batter needs sweetened butter, so I need to check I actually have that and how much I have of it. Okay, I have 17, so that's not bad. So let's start with that. I'm going to spend a lot of money worth of materials, but hey-ho, because I'm going to use these. They become baked eggs on their own. I'm not going to do that. I need flour and I need sweetened butter. So I have 10 of these. That becomes wailing batter. You see, this is 69,875 in value. This is 1800, this is 26,000. So we have 70, it is roughly 100,000 words. And I make one, it's 120,000. So you keep adding the value when you are refining. So I am making all 10. So making 10 is actually making me $1 million if I wanted to sell them as they are. Well, 1.2 million to be accurate. But I'm not stopping there. So I'm actually referring to my notes as well. So if I'm jumping a little bit around, then bear with me. So wailing batter, you can add different things with it. I only have 1 crab apple, but that can make apple cake of lost souls. So I'm going to make that. That is worth 176,000. So that is really worth something. If you speculate, the crab apple added 3,200, so it was not that expensive as it was. So that's the first product we have made. The other one, I don't know if I can make that. No, that take crab apple as well. I don't have any more of them, do I? I don't have any there. I have leopard fruit, but that's something different. So I don't have any crab apples. So you can make a thing called wriggling jam, which is made out of crab apples and sugar, and that plus cream again becomes the same as the crab apple as wailing batter. So you are taking a longer route, making more things, but it will not make it more worth So that was the first batter, and I must have put it here somewhere. I just lost it. Can't be true. Is it still in the process? Oh, it's still there. Okay. So the whaling batter and crab apples at a good value. It is quite simple to make, but you use some very expensive value to it. Another one, which are a batter as well, and I actually need to take something I didn't take over. I need the delicate meringue. And if you remember, the delicate meringue is made by sugar and larval coal. So it's one of these which actually loses you some money, because that is not worth the same as these two. However, it actually comes back later. And I can hear some people out there crying right now, why are you using lava coal for this? Well, the thing is, it is not the question about what things you use. It is also what you actually get out of it, and sometimes you actually have to invest money to create money. And this is one of the situations where you do that. Bear in mind, I am telling you, you are using a lot of money worth of things here. So if it's something you don't want to do, fine. But you don't ever do something you don't want to do. Right? That is absolutely stupid if you do. So, where did I put the meringue? There. So, I'm going to make the writing rolling batter. It's only worth 100,000, so I'm still losing money, because it takes 2 of these to get to it. And I know that is one of the things where you can say, oh man, this is not worth it. And to be honest, you might have a point. I find it a little bit funny though. So we are making some other products now. So we need some strawberries. 4, that's not many. They process into sugar. However, if you mix them with sugar, they become graham. So you make 800 plus 1600 is 2400 into 3400. That's little progress, right? Just chuck them over there. Might as well make the last strawberry. There's no need for that to sit there all alone. So we go back, we take the graham, and we find the batter. That tells me it's not available. Why? Because I'm missing one thing. Okay, I need cream, which I do have loads of, and that actually make writing jam pops. I'm only making one, which is worth 153,000, so it starts coming together. Alright, that goes, well, I put it there. I'm taking that off because I need a couple of other things. So you can mix the rolling batter with the different types of jam. Some I can make it. Let's see, do I have that? Yeah, I do. Sugar. So anything you mix with sugar very often turns into some sort of jelly or jam. Feel free to try that out, experimenting that yourself. It's something you won't lose money on. It will actually gain you money. 1900 to 24, so it's worth more, 500 more than you start with. So we take the batter, the jelly, and we need some cream in that as well. And that becomes a floppy throat river, 142,000. So think about that many of the things you grind on planets you actually get for free. They have a value and you can sell them. Yeah, of course you can. However, you can also make food stuff, and it's good money. So that one I can't make. Do I have any of that? That's actually quite interesting. I'm not sure I do, but let me see. What do I otherwise I might be able to make it. So I was looking if I had some custard. I can't remember if I made any, but custard is quite easy to make. So you take a creature egg. I only have 2, but I think you can make it with other eggs as well. Very often, if it needs one type of eggs, you can make it with other types as well. Egg, cream, and yes, you guessed it, sugar. Then we get vicious custard. I'm actually going to make both of them. So they're worth 64,000. That's not a bad thing. But if you mix that with the batter I made earlier, writing batter, then we get Cake of the Lost. Which is valued 199,000. So now we're actually starting earning money. So make sure you get a little bit of different things. Well, I'm wondering one thing, and I'm going to check this, if that actually works with you. Aha! Boiling batter and vicious custard becomes gooey delight. See, I did not know that, and that's worth 200,000. So that is where we can go. And choking monstrosity cake. So if you try, stop. 170,000 each. So you can try different things as long as you get the ever burning. No, that is not going to work. Crunchy caramel, wailing caramel cake. So your own manufactured things goes with different types of batter, and they are worth kind of a lot of money. You see, 200,000 is not bad. Chocolate Dream 148,000. And I know that because I made that before, that this one and chocolate becomes a volatile chocolate fancy. And that's worth 123,000. So in some situations you can add things like cream. I don't know if you can here now. But always look at the options. Try. Don't be afraid of trying different versions of it. It's not. It's. Oh, actually, I have a note about that. So. And cream. That becomes Burning Jam Surprise. used to be worth quite a lot, but some of them has been dumbed down a little bit. So that concludes the cooking for today. Remember, certain things when you combine them, flour, yeast, becomes dough. Dough can become more, you can build on it. If you combine dough with egg, no, that didn't work. I don't know if you need meat for that. Dough, sugar, no. Dough and cheese? No. So a lot of the things I have found out, I've just been trying through it. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Dough is not going, it needs meat, so which I haven't taken over, so I don't think I have any meat, no. I think we're going to make a meat one next time where we look at the different combinations with the meats. So yeah, this is what we do with the cooking today, and I will take more up on next Sunday at roughly 8 o'clock. So feel free to come and have a look. Otherwise, I will upload it as a video as well. So if you don't want to, you don't have to sit and watch this live. And I need to check something because I am sometimes stupid and don't do the right things. So I'm going to fill some things over here. I got them in the other one, so I should only keep products which actually can be used as combinations. So I have all these I have made. And you see some of them, this one I haven't made actually, some of them even look as the same, and that is because they are out of the same base batter. Oh, the Wickling tart I actually did make. So yeah, that is what it is. So I'm going to do, what is the smartest way? I think it's smartest to put them on the freighter first. So I know this is not processed, but I have learned a very valuable little thing. If you kind of process everything you have, you end up without lack of options. So I have decided not to make unless I need. So a lot of cakes, from the cake of the last 199, 170, 176, 150, 149. The Brickling chart was very cheap. Riding Jam Pop 153, 148, 142, 123. And the Horrifying Gooey Delight 200,000. So there's a little bit to work with, and yeah, feel free to experiment, and feel free to come and ask questions as well. I don't mind answering questions when we are on live, even if it's about cooking. That doesn't bother me at all. It's I find it an interesting area, and yeah, you can kind of get deep into it if you want to. Again, you don't have to. I'm a Muppet, but we already found that out. So I kind of put these aside so they are designated to cooking. I know they are worth more than I get out of them, but on the other hand, I find it kind of interesting what can come out of them. So it's a little bit down that road. What just happened? I'm not quite sure. Did I press the wrong button? That wouldn't be the first time I did that, so so it's all about experiment when you do any type of cooking. It's as I said, it's sometimes interesting what you actually get out of it. Did I by mistake eat something? That I might actually have done, so yeah. Okay, then we continue and go farming as usual. That is jumping around, gathering all our materials from the bases. And as you've seen, some of the stuff I used in cooking is also what I grow. The cactus juice, for instance, comes out of the cactus flesh, and there's a lot of things which actually doubles over. And I almost said that it's really, you shouldn't be afraid of looking into it and see what comes out of it. Try putting things into your food processor and have the pleasure and see, oh, that becomes that. Try adding some sugar to that result and see, does it become a juice, a jam, something in that direction. It can all be used to different types of cakes, so it's actually not a bad thing. And I would say the plants are not only for cooking, it is also for manufacturing of so-called luxury items. I have been doing a little bit as we went on, and I will from time to time do a little bit more. So if someone doesn't know everything about it, well, I don't know everything about it, but I know something about it. But again, I can give a little bit of insight to how actually to do these things. All you have to do is ask. Oh dear. If you ask me, I will either show you or tell you. If there's something you are uncertain on, ask. I'm very happy to help out if I can. If I can't, there might be someone else on the stream which knows more than me. There are people like that. Quite a lot, actually. And very often some of them is sitting lurking in the background, but they do come on and help out if needed. So if you're a newer player, feel free to ask. And also feel free if you want to comment on how I do things. I might not do things the easiest way. And or I might do things in a much easier way than you have found. So feel free to come and say something about it. Again, having a good, healthy dialogue actually helps everyone, and we can all learn from each other. And I know that we all think we don't need any help, we can manage ourselves. Probably true. It's not about what's right or wrong, it's about what's easy or not easy. Or anything in between, because certain things you can do multiple ways. Some is very difficult, some is very easy. But I mean, if you reach the result you are happy with, then that's great. Don't let anyone tell you you're doing it wrong or anything. Well, I've noticed that there is actually a lot of questions about freighters, about finding ships, surviving sometimes. One of the things I'm relatively good at is actually surviving. That part I normally do quite well. At least in my survival game I haven't died yet, but I have been forced to play at a slower pace than I do on this one, for instance. I'm a little bit too cocky on this one, and I know that, and I have actually killed myself a couple of times because I was too confident or too stupid. I managed to get my starship wedged into a trade post, and it just grinded the health down, and result was I died. So So, as Forrest Gump will say, stupid is what stupid does, and that would be me. I'm also sometimes very good at focusing on one thing, so I disregard everything else about me, and then something is standing eating me or whatever is in the environment, dangerous weather or something like that, and I totally disregard it. And that is not very smart, and thing is, if I get into trouble with that and someone learns something from it, that would actually make me happy, because that means they don't do the same stupidity or stupid things as I do. If you do, welcome to the club. That's called No Man's Sky players. And I will say, don't do like someone on stream said that, oh, I never die. And someone dug out a YouTube clip with that player from long ago, granted, but he did die, and that's the modern technology which comes into play, because there are things out there, and I know there's a clip of me dying, so I will not deny I do that. And why would I? I mean, it is, after all, just a game. So I shouldn't even be angry with myself. I should laugh. And I had an experiment, and I'd rather die in a game than in real life. I have a feeling in real life it would be a one-off. So in games, well, that's the better place to do that. I can't say I speak of experience, because I have not tried it yet in real life. planning to do that quite yet. So let's get some questions, comments into the chat, so we get a little bit of live, and also those who doesn't follow me, that's absolutely fine, even though following will be appreciated. I have put up a goal, I need 50 followers. I'm on the way, and I'm happy with that, what has ticked in so far, and I have gotten some very, very good viewers, which I also appreciate. So what did I just do here? That was not my base, was it? Okay. No, it was not my base. At least my ship is there. Is there a teleportation device in here? No. So one thing to be a little bit cautious with, it used to be a thing that people put traps up in bases and caught people and stuff like that. So just saying, sometimes be a little bit cautious to go into people's buildings. I will say many of those people has disappeared, because as soon as they were found out, it was not funny anymore, and yeah. That's an A-class. This is actually, he has made his base at a so-called minor settlement, and it's very, very used to do that, because one thing you always lack when you want to build a base is actually flat ground. So using somewhere where there is a base is actually fine. Problem is, there is no teleporter. So what do I do then? Well, luckily this is actually a system where I have a basin, so how far base. Hours to the port, so 4 hours to my base. So, and that was actually where I was trying to get my so-called dairy farm, because it is still not really working as I expected to. There's a couple of things that fundamental things is wrong with the setup with these kind of things. And I will explain in a low. See, I pick up the wheat because when I'm cooking, I need flour, and wheat is what makes flour. So I had a feeling that I didn't have a picture on my base. I might be wrong. That's what is this doing? I would say this is not really necessary, because I have all blueprints I can get, so might give me something. Yeah. Why are you doing this? I am absolutely not interested in this. I was trying to get a picture on, and then it does this. And don't ask me what the correct word is, I have no clue. I'm clicking, well, so as I see it, I have this up and running, and when I come, it should be filled with, actually quite a bit of these has gone, so they might actually, no. They might actually have done something. Well, it's not overly much, but it's more than I had at other times. But it seems like it only really works when I'm here. And that would mean it's the same as if I had to stand with the resource extraction machine while it was pulling cadmium, indium, emerald out of the ground. Otherwise I wouldn't get any, and that would be a very, very trivial way of farming materials. This should work exactly the same way, as long as I feed them. And I would actually I could put more than 200 in if that worked, so I could put 2,000 in, and then come back in a week's time, and this would simply be filled up with oh, I put that in the wrong slot. Never mind that. But at least I get something, but only when I'm here. So let's make an experiment. I'm going to empty it. It's empty now, and then I will leave, and then I will see what there is just before I end the stream. So this is the last place I actually go to. I don't have any more bases with production. So what I do now is I go back where I ended last time, and that would be that one. And that's where we're going to start all the fun today. And I was asked why so many of my videos had S-class ships from Eissentam. Well, I cut them out of the stream and upload them wherever I find them. So in my survival game there was a couple of S-class ships from Euclid, and they went up as well. And even though I play in the survival mode, the ship should be on any mode on those coordinates which I put up. So that should not change. And the problem was, of course, I didn't have, well, I had money for them, but I didn't really want to waste all my money at that point. I wanted to wait for later. So let's see if we can sell some of all the stuff we have here. That one. That one. So I have a lot of things I can sell, and I really want to sell them to good prices, because I don't have to sell them. I have plenty of money, so I am simply just doing it for greed. So feel free to tell me in chat if there's something specific you want to know. Do want me to do, that's fine as well. I just need to check this ship. Oh, this was a freaking mistake. I do this all the time. I actually fiddle around. Near the opening of the space station, and that always result in going back in. That's an interesting solar. I haven't seen that, but it's still only a C, so that means it's quite cheap as well. So, but I really shouldn't start buying new ships at the moment. I kind of need to clean up what I have first. So I wanted to go to a trading post. The reason for that is if I can't do anything else in the system, then I can always at least earn some money on it. And if you wonder how I know I can earn money, it's very simple. I would say you can make it very complicated if you want to. That said, is that my method is not the optimal. I know that. And that's because I can't be bothered doing a lot of paperwork to do it. So, however, I will describe a little bit about what I do. I should have checked my shielding before I went out. It's cold here, so I need to make sure that we are at least as protected as we can be. The problem is that if you fiddle around and get things, you tend to forget to look at your shielding. Well, at least I know I do. So that's why I say always make sure that you check before you actually get out of the ship. So, making money, that's why we're here. Well, I always take all the free stuff I can get, so, but you go to the trade terminal, you notice there is 4 or 5 pieces of trade goods which are all in green numbers. They say minus something. Good. So I know if I buy, I put it on my starship though, if I buy these and I sell them for anything which says plus something, then I have at least earned 50% on my investment. So if they are up in, let's say, plus 52.6, meaning 52% on the other side, then I have earned 100% of my investment. So I do that for all the trade goods. I do speculate a little bit with those which is lower, because first of all you invest more money in them. However, when you sell them for plus 20%, then it's suddenly 2.4 million you sell it for, so you actually earn more money on that. Simple. So what I said, where you could do it complicated, you could actually bookkeep all the prices from system to system and find out which type of system take these type of produce and pay high for them. I can't be bothered doing that, but if you want to go down that route, feel free. You can actually create your whole own trade empire that way. You can even buy a good big hauler S-Class, get a lot of storage in it and fly around in that. So that's one way of earning money. There are other ways. Some is a little bit more complicated, some is quite straightforward. One of them is, of course, when you're on planets, scan everything, scan animals, they give good money. But scan everything, that gives you coins, it gives you nanites. Scanning ships doesn't, but that gives you a chance of finding S-Class ships, which won't make you money. On the contrary, it will lose your money because you have to buy them if you want them. So I have traded, and that's it for me. If it sounds like it's raining, it actually is, but it's quite warm here. So I have open windows. I do apologize if there is some noise coming through, which kind of should, but you have to forgive me, because otherwise I will melt. It's been quite pressured weather today, so this was not where I was going. This is where I'm going. That's a little bit better technology than we were at, so I might actually be able to sell some of the things I just bought. Quick money is good money. And there's a battle going on. And I must admit, I have become rather lazy, because that's the ship. Must admit, I can't be bothered. Let's take a little fight. I don't mind the fight. It's actually good. But as I said, I sometimes become a little bit lazy, so I try to avoid the fight. That's one of the worst things playing the survival save, is that everything is not as good as it is here. landing on this is a little bit problematic, especially when you get stuck on it. Trying to find the hanger deck. That sometimes is a achievement even to find it. It's foggy here. It's an A freighter. I'm going to take a look at that. It's sitting in the rings of the planet, so I have a feeling that's why the coloring is stupid. So I didn't get further to save them, okay. Okay. This was unfortunately not the correct one, so don't get the reward. So should I just kill the break? No, that was a joke. Show me back to that one, doesn't it? That one. Wasn't that the one we were at? I'm a little bit, maybe not, maybe it was, maybe. What are you talking about? Sorry, there's something. There's something very weird going on here. We go to the space station and it must be fine as it is. Not getting a reward is not going to ruin my day anyway. I think I can live without that. So I first was thinking, did I load the wrong game? However, actually no, this one I only used this helmet on this save, so no, I did not. I am on the right save. Thing is, I do little things like that, so I know I can keep my sanity, so... And I can see amount of coins, nanites. I know this is my normal save, so... If I had taken my... survival save by mistake, well, I don't have much on that yet, so that's how it is. So here is a lot of things I can sell. So this is up in plus 63%, so I at least earn 100% on them. It might not be a lot of coins, but if you do it often enough, then I can tell you it runs up. I wonder where I actually got that. Oh. So this one belongs on my freighter, no doubt about that. That is where those are used, and this is something I need to be able to make. So I do like things with boxes, I must admit that. I find it a little bit funnier than things with plants. If there's none of them, well, yeah, that is what it is. So if you notice, I don't put the storage augmentation directly on my ship every time I get some. I kind of stock them up. And that's for two reasons. One, if I suddenly decide to put on another ship, then I have a good lump to put on. The other one was driving me mad if I, every time I came to a space station, had to put one in and do that. I find it a little bit easier to plan and place it right if you have quite an amount. So you put some on technology and some on cargo. Okay, don't call him weak. Damn. Good start to the day. I pissed off the Viking. Wow, one of them at least. it's not the first time. I find the one to practice with, I find the Vikings as the most difficult one, because they're supposed to be aggression, but they don't always take it nicely. So, challenge. Oh, it was supposed to give me a word, but I apparently already had that word. So, yeah. So, these are good as long as you're building up your freighter. Unfortunately, I have a lot of them, so I'm actually going to try the repair one. And the reason I say try is in the past the repair ones was always bugged. I did last week some repair ones and that worked fine, so let's hope the bug is fixed and we can go and repair. So what do I get out of it? Well, a warp hypercore. It's not a big reward, but on the other hand, it's free. The problem is what type of planet is Caroline's planet, okay. That's not bad, that's actually quite good. I am not looking after paradise planets in this galaxy anymore, but I sometimes do like to have a look at them. They can be quite interesting. Or they can be quite odd. That's the thing, you never really know. It's a little bit back to the life is like a box of chocolates. So I need to find where the repair is. It's that way. Someone parked the ship on the path. Yeah. That is nothing new in that. And yes, I should scan the animals, but I tend to leave it on the search parameters, so have to shift around. That's I know I say always scan animals and a little bit of other things. Don't kill anything you haven't scanned. I think it's one of my advices as well. And that's one which makes sense because can't scan it. Oh dear. That is metal fingers. That's a hole in the ground. I can't just leave them be. It gives a lot of uranium and gold. I've never seen them give anything else, but I do take it, and worst case, I got something to sell. This is literally like finding gold in the game, because you get so much, and it is actually quite cool. I would say, if you can, always take these. I do know some planets which has sentinels, and they are a little bit aggressive. Do it smartly. And if you don't know how to do it smartly, let me know. It goes with everything. If you have a question, ask it. And don't fall down that rabbit hole that, oh, it might be a stupid question, so I don't want to ask it. Anything you don't know, that's a valid question. If you know it and ask a question, then it might be a stupid question, but that again depends on so many things, but questions can always be asked. I have no problem with that at all. Feel free, and I will be happy to do my best to answer it. And if I don't know the answer, I will let you know, because I'm not going to BS you and send you out on a death spiral or anything. I don't do that. So it's here. I'm supposed to repair something. Good. I will go and do that. Do call my ship though. Even though it's a paradise planet, I am too lazy to walk by. Don't have to. That's the thing. You don't have to do things you don't want to do. So for a paradise planet, there's not a lot of wildlife. It says 6. So what we don't know is that it could be there was millions of those 6, but that's kind of how it is. So I need to have this start running, so I actually have full stack of... Oh, I forgot to put these over. Well, at least because I have this one with the matter beam, so I can actually transport things to my freighter if I want to. So I can chuck some of it over and I will fill it up, but that's just how it is. It's kind of better it sits there than somewhere else and fill up. So I got a lot of gold, I got a lot of uranium surplus. So until I clean up on the freighter, I should not put any more there. So I'm supposed to repair, and I will, but I'm always looking around first. Because if I don't, and suddenly something happens, I take flight, someone is attacking where I am or what it is, then I forget all about it and I don't get anything. So rather do it first, so it's over and done with. Now I've been looking around, I'll go to it's an observatory of some type. Unfortunately, I don't get the chance to see what's scanning on it, but oh well, that is part of doing missions. So this one is broken. I need magnetized ferrite, sodium, cobalt. It was all three things I had, so no big issue there. So theoretically I should be able to go in and then look what it is, but it just say over and over again that I have done the repairs and it sends off the message. But I would like to know what it had found, but that I'm not getting. Of course I'll talk to him and see what he says. Gave me some nanites. There is multiple rooms in these, some of these, so make sure you have an atlas pass and can get into them. They are not always holding anything useful, but sometimes they do. It was here I came in, so there's actually a door this way as well. I think that's a locker room or storage room, so there will be boxes. Always check the walls, because sometimes it's something useful on the walls. Other times, not at all. these, for instance, give standing, so even if you manage to piss off a Viking, you can get one back on them, so to speak. Standing is not hard to get either, so I got a little bit of this and that, even though I didn't get a distress signal. That is what it is. So, I can really hear my dog is running around. It's funny. She's so lively when it's so humid and warm, but yeah. Oh, she's barking. So back to the space station, hand in the mission. You don't have to hand it in where you picked it up. You can actually hand it in at any station, but sometimes it's the easiest to do. But sometimes you will have a mission to do something, and you do it over a number of systems, and that's absolutely fine. Missions comes in two different things. One is you're sent to a specific spot and do something, and others is more openly, and you can do it wherever you feel like it. Remember, if you ever want to know what system I'm in, I'm happy to put the coordinates on screen. I do it if I find S-class ships, but else I kind of don't do it. But if you see, for instance, the paradise planet of your dreams, feel free to ask, and I would be happy to put it on. The only thing is you have to remember with the coordinates, you have to be in the same galaxy to use them. So I'm doing the same again. I go to the trading post, pick up some trade goods, and go on to the next system. I am slowly working through this galaxy. I'm not tired of it yet. when that happens, then I will use a portal, I know where there is one, and go to the center of the galaxy and actually then jump to the next one, and then we are actually getting to new territory for me. I do not think I have been further than Eissentam, but I might remember wrong, so bear with me if I'm suddenly saying, oh, wait a minute, I know this one. But I don't think I do. So, I'm going to do the same thing. Buy a thing which I can earn money on. I do look at sell because certain things change. Not the trade goods, that would be the same as the space station, but things like resources can change going to the trade station. See, these are plus, so I'm just selling them. It's an extreme storm here. So what is that going, shocking me around or something? Take the chance and go to my ship. It's very warm. It's like being here, Britain. Maybe not. Actually, funny enough, my computer shows 19 degrees right now, so that was actually the same it showed in my ship. So that is my way of jumping around. I do sometimes end up on planets this was a little bit of a weird system, so I'm curious more than anything else. System, so if we were to look for Sentinel interceptors, this would be a good place to start. By the way, I have understood that the amount of money you get from the interceptors has been corrected, so this is actually an abandoned system, space station. Interesting. I haven't been on one of them for quite a while, but they are interesting. There is still a teleporter. There's a door which we can't get in through. There is another door which is locked. I have a key for that. And there's a room with plants. But there's also an unedited extractor, so let's take that. You can extract the carbon from them. But I feel it's too little you get out of it. But I must admit, on my survival game I have been doing it because it's needed. I need all the resources I can get, so even plants in offices and stuff like that is useful. So going to the other side, there is different things. And a trade terminal. This is unfortunately like the ones on space station, so they don't sell cheap, but they still buy. So those I have, which is good percentages, I can still sell. Weirdly enough, on this side is also a locked room. You don't see that on normal ones. This is again plants. And it gives carbon. So again, I'm not too fussed about that. So I traded, I came, I did the things that I could do. And as there is a space station, even though it's abandoned, then things like your shards will still work. Do I want anything to look at after anything? No, I don't think so, but thing is, I have the possibility, if I were to look for something, good thing is it's a place where you can actually get away from. Many of these types of systems wouldn't have a space station, and then if there is any issues, you would have to kind of solve them yourself. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to go in, get some emerald. If there's other things you need, that is an opportunity. If you want to go chase corrupted sentinels, there is a planet for you where you can actually find them. I'm not into that at the moment. If I'm being asked to do it by you guys, well, then that might be something we can do. So the abandoned space station has one problem, that is there are no missions or trade. To another. I have to make some notes as we go. Sometimes. Another paradise planet, okay. Might be interesting. No, but we will have a look. So we take the normal round and see what's here. It's a very small multi-tool. I know some people prefer that, others prefer a big rifle type one, and I'm one of the latter ones. I prefer a big one. Not that it matters squat. I always thought that I did wrong here. So, I mean, giving him 100 units is nothing. So, got something out of him, which is put there because I sold the Star Silk I had earlier. So these are too low for me to buy them because it's too close to zero. I want them to be more than 25% before I start buying. So that I will say I'm not giving away stuff, and I don't want to trade too low. The reason for that is then I run a risk that I forget what I have done and don't actually get much out of it. So that is the kind of way I go. And if you do hear water running, it is absolutely true. It's outside, it's raining, so it's lovely with some rain. Everything has become so dry lately, so and we had a little bit of thunder as well, so that has gone away. Ships, a hauler, there's a fight over there as well. Sea glass, okay. Oh, there was that one as well. I didn't see, but there is a traveler. If I wanted glyphs, I would talk to him. I have them all, so I don't need to. So if you wonder why I take the words, they don't have any direct they don't have any direct influence on the game, but what it does, I'll show you when I talk to the next one. Talk to this one and something comes up in green. That's what I have learned. If I don't understand it, it comes up in garbled white, and the more I understand, the less I feel I misunderstand. So it's actually for my sanity more than anything else to actually understand what they're saying. The other thing I do is practice the language, because again, doesn't have any deeper meaning with the game, but if I get it right, I might get standing or things from them, and when you start playing, it's actually a good way of getting something to get you going. So the Gex is a trading race, and they want trading words. There is none here, so place, wall, protect is not really, Geg is not, so, but that's the only thing I, okay, they gave me some units. But I would say Geg is saying their name can actually have a negative effect, and you see that with the Kovacs. If you say Kovacs to a Kovacs, they would get pissed off. So I don't need salvage data. I have all blueprints. So that would be just stocking up. 100 runaway mode, that would be 20 nanites. If I want nanites, I should take missions which give give 350 per mission. Some food that could be actually, I think I'll do that. Just to see what the food is worth. Again, service data and exosuit upgrade chart, very, very good. In the start game you get your slots in your exosuit. I have all the slots, so I don't need them. It might sound like I'm a little bit OTT, but I do know the importance of getting as much of your slots as quick as possible. Because the more slots you have, the more crap you can fill into your exosuit, your spaceship or your freighter, and yeah, hoarding. Hoarding is the key word. So,
navigational data received.
tell me where to deliver the bunker mode. That's fine. It's probably on a trade station, which suits me fine. If I can't do anything else, then at least trade is a good option. It's in this system, so I don't even have to jump to get there. Planet with the sentinels, yeah. It's fine, I don't mind that, so. Sentinels are only dangerous when they are aggressive or you shoot at them. In all other situations, you can kind of coexist with them without big problems. Couple of B fighters, same type. Rishi, same name. A little bit lazy if you ask me. So I always check if there's any boxes somewhere around, because that is a good little thing to get on the side. You want the fungal mode. I had that on my freighter. That is one of the things I farm every time I start. So I have these things, and getting something out of something for free is actually not a bad thing to do.
Units received.
So I actually forgot to do what else I do on the. You see here the percentages is higher. So I buy. I know this is not minus 25%, but it's close enough. So the ships here are not very interesting. The planet doesn't have anything I really want to explore. So I have two options, either back to the space station or take the jump to the next system. I take the jump. And if you notice, I'm still very far away from the center of the galaxy here. I have to make some very long jumps if I want to jump all the way to the center. And it's a lot of black holes you have to jump through to actually be able to really do it. Aggressive. Well, you could be aggressive, but I don't wanna do that. So, as there is a planet with aggressive sentinels, I will bet you some of the missions will be down there. And to be honest, you don't want to fight sentinels on an aggressive sentinel planet because they come in very big numbers. Or maybe you want to actually do missions where you kill sentinels because they're easy to find. So that is that's the positive in that knowledge. A-class. Gig system. I'm very good peeing these off today. Maybe I should stick with the normal things I do. Sometimes you just experiment too much and oh well. So, this is actually some of the stuff I just bought, I think. Oh. It's always good to get good prices for your own things, which is not trade goods. sometimes have to sit on it quite a while before you actually find a planet that is willing to pay what you think you want for it, i.e. positive coinage. Which I'm very happy to do. Earning money is one thing I'm relatively good at as well. Let's see that. The good thing is that was not a particular interesting one. So there's another traveler. There's a lot of them around. Okay. This was a little bit awkward. Oh, at least I got one of them back, so... What missions do we have here? I want to hand in. And, so these I would not do because that might be on the aggressive. I'm not really, and the rewards are not really anything I would like either, so that is as it is. But I take the free gift from the guild. More cooking material. I know I get make some people cry doing and saying that, but that is sometimes what it's used for. Talking about that, I really should. It looked a little bit as something else. So I should really take a trip across the anomalies, I think. However, I'm going to find a trading post first. They moved space station so I could use my pulse engine. So, as I say, if you have questions, if you're new to the game, need help, feel free to ask. Everyone can use the chat. You can say hello, you can comment on what I do or say, feel free. You don't have to agree with me. It's a free world, I would say. If you do like what you see, feel free to follow. I need some followers, so I would like. But as I said, you don't have to follow to use the chat, ask questions. That is not a demand. I help anyone who needs that. Oh man. But this is the place where grumpy old men come and tell how horrible computer games are for the young people. And that's not true, I would never say that. I actually think computer games is very good for most people. I've never seen a problem in any youngsters play computer games. It actually gives them some skills, but they of course need to learn how they behave in the public space. But that's not only young people. But my advice is always, don't say anything to people online you wouldn't tell them to their face. That is always a bad idea. So, I think it's time to call the anomaly, so let's go to space. The reason I want to go to the anomaly is see if I can give them give the good critics something of what I have made. I would be wasting a lot of money doing that, but on the other hand, I want to see if I can get him stunned, so to speak. Bear with me a sec.